Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
That's great to hear. And are you excited to explore new things about English?
Yeah.
Because today we will be doing a lot.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
first, let us start with the assignment. And then after that, we will do our routine, which is to explain and understand some, complicated sentences in
Okay.
a passage or in an article for us to know what does it mean. And after that, we will proceed to the lesson about the writing. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so first for the listening, the assignment that I have provided you. Again, the news is about same-sex marriage is about Taiwan pride.
Yeah.
This has been spreading all over social media. And I feel so happy about this because I support the LGBT community. At least they were able to find peace on their own. So here, I know that it's pretty long, but
Mm.
you can actually have this one minimized, I mean summarized, and
Okay.
you can provide the questions or you can provide the answers for the main idea of the lecture, the structure of the lecture, and the lecture's tone. Again, what we are looking for the structure, if it is compare and contrast, if it is conditional, if it is something to do with the cause and effect.
Okay.
And those things you will find on page, not just about, or not just page 22, which we have seen yesterday. I think that is a different thing. But you can use page 28, which is negation transitions, as your basis as well. Um, if this topic is about transitioning, also if this is something to do with what else? Problem or solution, yeah, like the one that we have discussed uh before. So there, I believe that you know how to do this, right? There, the cause and effect relationship, compare and contrast. So there, all the things that we have discussed before this activity, I need to make sure that you will be able to determine the right thing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Again, just to make it clear for you, my dear, and so that we will not be consuming a lot of time, I can give you 30 minutes to answer this activity that I have provided you so that we can move forward to the next topic. Okay?
Okay. So just summarize it.
Summarize it, provide the answers to the questions. Or should I say, you'll just have to provide the answers to the questions. What is the main idea of the lecture?
Okay. So main idea, structure, and uh,
Tone.
tone. Yeah.
Yeah, so there, let me put the questions below the passage.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and start reading it right now.
Okay.
Go ahead. So, my dear, are you doing the main idea of the lecture now?
Yeah. I,
Okay. It's okay, it's okay. Go ahead, continue.
o- okay.
There.
Okay, I'm done.
Very good. But here, I would like to know, what is your reason? Why do you think the news possesses a positive attitude? Can you defend your answer?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and check your answers. But before that, can you please read this article for me first?
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm, okay. Same-sex marriage is about Taiwan pride. Taiwan featured on the world stage twice within a week. The first time with an action that was unsuccessful, but nevertheless attracted much attention, and the second time with an event which was heard around the world. Following the failure of the World Health Organization to send an invitation to Taiwan to attend an annual World Health Assembly, Health and Welfare Minister Chen Shizhong nevertheless still decided to travel to Geneva to defend the country's case. While, unlike 9 previous occasions, Taiwan was not allowed to attend proceedings, the minister's strategy cannot be described as a failure, since it drew public attention and several major powers with official ties to China still dared to defend Taiwan. However, the second event of the week ended on a positive note and helped the country to receive even more favorable and more widespread international media coverage, proving those wrong who say that only bad news gets reported. For years, Taiwan has been described as an Asian country most likely to become the first to introduce same-sex marriage, but the island threatened to remain just that, a promise of things to come. On May 24, the Constitutional Court was instrumental in taking a huge step in the right direction. It ruled that the Civil Code in its present shape violated the freedom of marriage and equality, handing the proponents of same-sex marriage a victory. The court also decided that if no changes were enacted by the end of the next 2 years, same-sex couples will be allowed to register their relationship no matter what. Apparently, realizing the enormous resonance its ruling will have, the Constitutional Court even took the unusual step of providing an English language version at the Georgical UN website, allowing allowing same-sex marriages to go ahead has already proven an enormous boost to Taiwan's international image, with media around the world reporting on the news, which signals an expansion of the practice from mainly Europe and America into Asia. Even Chinese netizens say they will want to organize trip to Taiwan to get married on the island. With its ruling, the Constitutional Court has thrown the ball back into the court of the legislators. Over the past few years, the issue of same-sex marriage has been moving forward through the legislative yuan by fits and starts. each time a new development, such as for example, last year's death of gay French professor Jacques Picous pushes the issue back onto the agenda. It again begins to falter a few months down the road. Now that the impetus for change has speeded up again, the debate between amending existing laws, which is what the gay rights movement is demanding, and drawing up of new separate legislation specify, spec, 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 specifically aimed at same-sex marriage, which has been condemned as leaving gays as second-class citizens. It also certain to arise again, while seemingly irrelevant to outsiders, the debate between two choices is likely to be used to opponents of same-sex marriage as a delaying tactic. Yet, after the clear ruling by the court, there is nothing which should stand in the way of amending the necessary laws. For once, there is an issue which has nothing to do with blue or green, with Taiwan independence or unification with China. So there should be no ideological divide stopping progress in its tracks. Lawmakers from all parties have no reason to waste another 2 years before coming up with a solution acceptable to the gay community. Many people in Taiwan like saying how the country is number one in many respects: trade, exports, economic development, healthcare, electronics, high-tech, and street food. When the legislation passes and the first same-sex couple tie the knot, then Taiwan will truly become number one, at least in Asia, for expanding human rights and improving the lot of its citizens. The legislative yuan must now move forward on the impetus delivered by the court ruling, realizing that approving same-sex marriage is not just about gay pride, but also about Taiwan pride.
Very good for reading that to me. I really appreciate that. So now, I truly believe that you were able to understand what you have read. But first, I would like to know if there are words that you are unfamiliar with so that we can define it before we start.
Okay, mm, let me see it.
Sure, go ahead.
Mm, maybe, maybe no. But I have a question about a French professor.
Who? The
Do
name
you
of
know?
the French professor?
Yeah,
Here, Jacques Picot? Picot? I thought it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
Picot.
yeah. This sentence I'm not really. truly understand is he died?
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was the death of gay French professor Jacques Picot.
Okay.
And that is
So
actually he's one of the reason, or they are saying that he is one of the reason why we should consider same-sex relationship, because they think that having this law, or protesting this law is not good enough for the world.
so he is just he suicide
I
himself?
am, well, it is not actually provided here if he has, or if he did suicide, or if someone killed him. But the thing is, I believe that he is protesting the same-sex marriage, or the same-sex rights.
Oh, okay. So he is fight for the same-sex right,
Yes.
but he dead, right?
Yes. And again, the reason for his death is not provided in here,
Okay.
but that might be, it might be has a connection with the fighting for same-sex rights.
Okay.
So there, do you have further questions?
Mm, maybe no.
Are you sure?
Mm, okay, let me check again.
Sure, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay. Almost no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
100%?
Maybe 90%.
Okay, please, if you have further questions, or if you have things that you do not know the meaning of, please approach me. Okay, please let
Okay.
me know.
Okay.
Very good. But I would like to know your opinion first. So, since same-sex marriage is now confidently allowed in your country, do you think it is a good thing or a bad thing? I just would like to know your opinion about it.
I think there are there are a lot of good things. However, it comes with some bad thing, I think.
Can you tell me what are the good things that you are seeing and the bad ones?
Okay, I think the human rights are all equals, and the same sex do not judge, do not be discriminate by the other guys or say hetero by the other hetero sex guys. I think um so they just can so they just don't need to hide themselves or dating in the dark side. I think it is not right for all humans because there's it is their choice. And people are all equal to love the things they really like. So I think it's I think people should not discriminate discriminate them. So I think it is good thing to expand the human rights in all equal because humans are both all equal.
Okay,
So yeah,
go ahead.
but the bad thing is that I think the ads will increase.
The
Maybe
what? I'm sorry.
AIDS, the sexual disease,
AIDS.
AIDS, yeah,
I
will
see.
increase. So I think it is the problem. So
Mm,
maybe we should find another way to solve this.
yes,
But
that is correct.
yeah, so I think it is the bad things about this right. But I think the good thing is I think I'm really mm, uh, optimistic to see that the legislation will pass. And I think the government or some human community or some community can try to figure out some ways to solve the
Problem.
yeah yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. One question, my dear. Do you still remember how many times you said, I think?
No.
But you noticed that you've been telling that word all the time during your explanation. Are you aware of that?
No.
I see. Well, you should be aware of what you
Oh,
are actually going to say because there might be times that, of course, not all people can understand you, especially if you are giving out your opinions. And it will be too disturbing or too, what do you call this? It will be like a bit
okay.
concerned if you were not able to construct your thoughts first. Okay, that is what we call constructive uh, thinking. Because I would like to know how you think fast, how we're able to explain yourself as fast as you could. And I can see a lot of improvement from the day that I handled you. It's just
Okay.
that, of course, we still need to, work things out, especially if there are still words that you are not familiar with, of course. There's no need for us to rush on that. So here, as soon as, or should I say, as we go along with constructing your thoughts, I will be giving you points on how to improve it as well.
Oh,
First, um, please be careful with your um, reasoning. Don't divert or change topics, or should I say, don't divert your opinion to another thing if you are not yet done defending the first one. Do you get what I mean?
you mean before I say it?
For
I
example, oh, sorry, go ahead.
so you so you means before I say it, I need to organize my sentence well?
Of course, that is a given that you have to organize your thoughts first before you speak. But what I'm trying to tell here is that you have to make sure that if you are going to tell, if you're going to tell the good things about this certain topic, make sure to cover everything before you proceed with the bad things. Or if you are going to make a contrast, compare and contrast, you have to make sure that you will be able to cover the first thing followed by the second thing. Don't say that, um, I think the good thing is that yada yada yada. But I also think that the bad thing is these things, yada 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 yada. But I still believe that the good thing is like that. You get what I mean?
Mm, not really.
I completely understand. On the first explanation, I asked for your opinion, right?
Yeah.
And you provided me the good thing and bad thing about this one.
Yes.
You provided the good things first, and you were able to provide me the bad thing, which is about AIDS. But again, you have provided the good thing, which is it will be fair to all of the people in Taiwan. So again, you have to make sure that you were able to cover all the positive things before you jump to another decision or another opinion that you wanted to explain.
Oh.
It's not like tell me the positive thing, I will tell me the negative thing, and then again go back to the positive thing, and then go back to the negative thing. That's not how it should be.
Okay, I understand. So you means I don't I should not alter the positive and the negative things.
Not really alter. It's okay if you will do that. What I'm trying to say is if you are not yet done explaining the good things or explaining it all,
Okay.
then you should not jump to the other opinion.
Okay.
That is what I am trying to say. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Very good, my dear. So my first yeah, so that is actually my first comment. Second, please be cautious of the repetition of your words. Because I can definitely see that even though you were not able to, to do it in a sentence, your thoughts are full of commas, just commas, no sentences. I mean, the way you explain it, it's like, so I think, like that, explain, and then you said again, and so I think, there. You have to make sure that there will be proper pauses. There will be like sentences, even if you are doing even though you are doing the speaking live, you have to make sure that you know how to do the periods and commas properly in your sentences. Okay?
Okay.
So those are the only things that I noticed. And do you have questions for that?
Mm, yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
I found that I found that my question is I need to when I speak something I need to I gradually no some sometimes I when I speak it is really hard for me to choose the right word to say. For example, when I want to say something, I need to maybe I just speak out the subject, but the verb I cannot select one immediately. So so sometimes my speaking will will just give a weird pause or
Mm-hmm.
or I cannot say it very fluency. So how can I improve this?
First, in your mind, highlight the keywords that you need to say, that you wanted to say, that you wanted to express. Highlight those
Okay.
in your mind. If you need to use something to help you highlight those, like notepads, like something to write off, then do it. Because if you are actually asked to explain something that you are not totally familiar with, it will really take you a lot of time to think of it. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
That is why it is really a good thing that you do have background when it comes to English, so that if you will be given a task to do so or to explain a thing and you know very well what is English, you will be confident, a bit confident to handle that. Okay?
Okay.
So that is why we are doing this routine every day, the one that I am sending you every morning,
Okay.
so that we will be able to practice your thinking and your, the way you say your opinion.
Okay.
Okay, that is really my purpose, why I am sending you this as well. Because you said before that you are having a hard time understanding this kind of sentences. But of course, you will not have a hard time understanding sentences or articles using complicated words if you truly understand what it means and you know how to construct your English very well, right?
Yeah. Hmm?
So there, those are the two things that I just noticed. But don't be bothered about it so much, okay?
Okay.
So again, I would like to know, do you have any questions with the article that you have read?
No?
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. If that is the case, then let us do the pronunciation check.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I noticed that you are having issues regarding and long A's and vowel sounds, other vowel sounds. But
Okay.
again, specifically long A's, like case, chase, bake, take, make. So after this class, I will be giving you out a website where you can, see, or you can check how you should pronounce the words. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So here, for the first word, how do you read this word again?
Same.
Same. I keep on hearing sem.
Oh, okay.
You have to be cautious, okay? You have to be careful. Next, how do you read this word?
Featured.
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 Very good, featured. I believe I heard a different word on this one. I just can't remember it. So there, long A again. How do you pronounce this?
Stage.
Again?
Stage.
Very good, not stage. Okay, it's
Okay.
stage. Very good, my dear. Next, how do you pronounce this word?
Value.
Failure.
Failure.
So again, it's a long A. So its first syllable is fay. A.
Okay. Failure.
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 Very good. This is not an. This is the.
Oh, the.
Yeah, I heard you said an. An annual World Health Assembly. So next, how do you read this word?
Defend.
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 Very good. So for the first syllable, this is actually a silent E. So, but the second syllable, which is fend, should be in a short E, which is e. Defend. Again.
Okay, defend.
Very good. Next, how do you read this?
Case.
Case. Very good. Not case, but case. So next, this word, how do you pronounce it?
Allow.
Allowed.
Allowed.
This is actually a long O. O, allowed. But yeah, allowed. Ow. You got it,
Allowed.
my dear.
Yeah, allowed.
There. There. So next, this one, which is a long A.
Okay, major.
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 Very good. This word, how do you read this?
Favorable.
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 Long A still. Favor. Favorable. There. This one,
Asian.
Asian. Very good. This word, long A.
Changes.
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 There. You're saying changes. So it's changes.
Okay.
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 This word, short E.
Register.
Short E.
Register.
How do you pronounce short E?
A.
Eh. So
A.
how should you read that word? I'm sorry.
Okay. Register.
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 Very good. Again, it's not register, but register.
Okay. Register.
Very good. So now, how do you read this word?
Version.
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 Very good. This word,
Judical.
judicial.
Oh, judicial.
Do you know what does it mean?
Uh, some related to judgment.
Just because of the judge. This is how you use it as a basis. Judicial means it is relating to courts of law or
Okay.
judges.
Okay.
Okay, so they are responsible for decision or law decision making.
Okay.
Okay, great. So here, how do you pronounce this word again?
Throne.
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 You should emphasize the last letter of the word, not throw, but throne. Okay,
Throne. Okay.
very good. Next, how do you read this word?
Ball.
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 It is a short O, so it should be O, ball.
Ball.
Very good. This word, short A,
Past.
past. Very good.
Past.
Very good. This word,
Uh, Falter.
falter.
Oh, falter.
Falter. Okay. So it's a short O and a short E. Falter. It's like
Okay.
falter, like that.
Falter.
Yeah. And do you know what falter means?
Uh, Go back. Just like um go back to the past?
Not really, but
Not
it
really.
means to stop being strong,
Okay.
or it means weaken,
Okay.
to be weak. Okay,
Okay.
there. Next, how do you pronounce this word? It's a short O.
Loss.
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 So this is actually similar to pronouncing this word. Okay,
Okay.
loss. Okay, very good. Next, please read this for me.
Specifically, amid.
Specifically
Amid.
aimed.
Aimed.
There. Are you familiar with this word, aimed?
Go.
Targeted.
Target.
Specifically, like specific target.
Okay.
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 This word, I heard you say a different word on this one.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant, not irrelevant.
Okay.
Again,
Irrelevant.
very good. Do you know what does it mean?
Not relative to something.
Very good. Or not important. Okay, similar as not important.
Okay.
So there, very good. Next, how do you read this word?
Opponent.
Opponents.
Opponents.
It's both short O's.
Okay.
Opponents.
Opponents.
Actually, the second one, it's O. Opponents. It's O. Opponents.
Opponents.
There. So first syllable is short O and the second one is long O. Opponents.
Opponents.
There. This word.
Unification.
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 Yes. It's like organization, um, expiration, inspiration, unification, but the root words are unify, expire,
Okay.
inspire, like that, right? Organize. So there. Next, how do you read this word?
Exports.
The first syllable is short E.
Okay. Exports.
Very good. Again,
Exports.
very good. This word, my dear, how should you read it?
Ties.
Ties, not tie. Don't forget the last letter of the word. All right?
Okay.
Next, how do you pronounce this?
Expanding.
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 Again,
Expanding.
very good. And lastly, how do you read this word?
Realize.
Realize. Very good. So again, you'll just have to be very careful regarding your vowel sounds so that it will not provide a different meaning on your sentence. Okay, or when you read it.
Okay.
Because in order for you to be an effective speaker, you should know how to pronounce the words well.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there. So if you want, I can give you out a link for the accents, for the way they use words or they pronounce words in different English countries like British, Australian, European, and American, so that you will be more familiar with how they speak English later on. Okay, so I will take note of that. Again, the first one that I will be sending you is the vowel sounds, and next is the videos or audio videos about accents.
Okay.
Do you think that will help you a lot?
I found some videos using heard, I see the first video is a invid.com teacher, and
Mm.
he and she's her and her sound just like a British sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, before you get used to do the British sounds or British pronunciations, you should know first how are they doing it or what's the meaning of those words.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because it will be really hard for you to know one's accent or how these words are pronounced if you really do not know how to pronounce it for yourself. Okay?
Okay.
They're very good. So let us now check your answers. What is the main idea of the lecture? Can you please read it for me?
Okay. The news talks about same-sex in Taiwan will be allowed, allowed, allowed.
Allowed. Where this allowed word should be placed in your sentence. I bet your sentence is correct. It's just that you misplaced this allowed. Where this should be placed. It is a
Okay.
verb, right?
Yeah.
A verb cannot be done in or cannot be used as the last word of the sentence.
Oh, okay.
So where should you put that? Because you cannot say, I love kids to teach.
Okay. Mm, uh, in the future?
Again, your sentence is already correct. You just misplaced the allowed.
Okay.
And it's not in the future because it's already allowed in your country.
Yeah.
So it,
Mm,
it should not be in the future, right?
okay. Uh,
Tell me if you will give up.
okay. Okay.
I give up.
I give up.
Okay. So here, the news talks about the same-sex marriage. Same-sex is allowed in Taiwan or will be allowed in Taiwan.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay.
There. So this is where you should place it.
Okay.
Ah, again, the news talks about same-sex marriage will be allowed in Taiwan.
Okay.
But then your answer is good. I really appreciate that. Next, what is the structure of the lecture? Can you please read your answer for me?
It's cause and effect. Of effect. Most Most of contents in the news describe about why same-sex legislation is also important to our society and how Taiwan's government to solve this issue.
It's a cause and effect statement.
Okay.
Or article or essay or whatever you want to call it. But you don't have to say it's a cause and effect. What kind of cause and effect? Don't make your readers or your listeners or your um viewers ask you the question. It's a cause and effect what?
Okay.
Passage or news. Okay?
Okay.
Most of the contents in the news describes about why same-sex legislation is so important to our society and how Taiwan's government solve this issue. There.
Okay.
Okay, so next, what is the lecture's tone? Can you please read that for me?
The news possess positive attitude since it mentions that the same-sex marriage expands human rights
Again?
and expands
Mm-hmm.
human rights, and we all glad to see that.
Very good. I really like this. It's just that this one, the news possesses. It
Okay.
should, if the noun is in a singular form, the verb should be in a, oh sorry, if the noun is in a plural form, the verb should be in a singular form with an s.
Okay.
Okay, because the reason why it is a singular form with an s is because verbs doesn't have plural forms because it's not a noun, of course. You cannot say plural as teaches. Teaches is a singular form with an s. And again, there is no verb that is plural.
Okay.
Okay, so there.
Okay.
You see, I highlighted some words here. The one that you just mentioned a while ago. You said equals. Same sex equals. It's equal. It should be equal. There's no S. Also, you said the same sex should not be discriminates. Should not be discriminating.
Okay.
Not discriminates. And you say, I think it is a good thing to spend human rights. What do you mean by this? When I actually ask you to explain your thoughts on this one, you said this.
Oh.
Or I misheard the word you used for spend human rights.
Okay.
So, what is the word that you actually wanted to say in this one?
Expand.
So, it's not spend, but expand.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, that is why I want you to be really, really careful about the words because your listeners might misinterpret the words that you are using.
Okay.
So, expands. And also, you said the AIDS will increase. The AIDS disease will increase, or the
Okay.
AIDS cases will increase, not just AIDS. Okay,
Okay.
very good. Because there might be a possibility that if there are other things that uses this kind of acronym or abbreviation, it will be misinterpreted. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to be specific if you are talking about something like disease, a company, like a like for example, there is an ADS or AIDS company. which is not about AIDS, right? So they might misinterpret what you wanted to say. Next, here. Thank you so much for answering this assignment, though. I really, really appreciate that. And do you have further questions regarding this activity that we did?
No.
Very good. So now let us do the things that I sent you now. Number one, number two, number three.
Okay.
So again, compose your thoughts. If you need to use a notepad, do so.
Okay.
I will give you like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to do this. Okay? For everything.
Okay.
Go ahead. So, my dear,
Okay.
you have your answers now?
Answers?
Yeah, I mean, because I also want to know how you explain it by,
Okay.
by typing in your answers so that we can read that and we can have it corrected.
Okay. So, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So first, before we start, I would like to know if in each passages or each articles that you have read, is there any other word or is there words that you do not know the meaning of?
Oh yeah, the first is pitch. A pitch business. I'm not really understand what this mean.
Pitch business. It's like talked about business. If you want
Just
to talk about some businesses, like for example, you are a customer, or I am a um, you are the sales agent and I am the customer. If you want to pitch business with me, you should meet with me soon. So if you want to talk about business with me, you should meet me soon.
okay. So the pitch is just like talk about.
Yes, something to talk about.
Okay.
What else?
Uh, water-based business.
Number, sorry,
Number two. The first sentence.
this one. The cutting edge crafts,
Yeah, the cutting edge craft and the final word.
water based venues.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, again, how do you pronounce the water based venues?
Water-based venues.
Based,
Based.
not best. Based.
Based.
Very good. Cutting edge crafts, which means there are things or things that they wanted to use for economical benefit, which it will not cost a lot.
Okay.
Okay, it's like recycling. It will not cost you too much to use recycled things or materials, and it will actually provide, a good thing in the environment, right?
Yeah.
So that is what cutting edge crafts means. And water based venues means that these places should be cleaned or should be sanitized by water clean disinfectants. Like, for example, public urinals. So they should use water based equipment so that urines will not be exploited in there. Do you want me to give you an example of a public urinal equipment that is
Mm,
water based?
yeah.
Okay, here. Hold-
So it means some system to make the water clean.
Not really, but this is something to do with it's easier to clean to avoid diseases.
Okay.
So, hold on. Like this one, which can be used by a man or a woman. Yeah, this can be used by a man or a woman. Hold on. But mostly, this is being used by men. Okay. I know that this has been used or this being used by men, but nowadays I am seeing some girls using this one, and this is a water-based water sample of a water-based um venues. Wait, hold on. Public. Mhm. Let me see, or let me give you a very good example. Mm, I am not sure if you can imagine how does it look like, but here that is one of the examples of water-based urinals in public places that can be used by a man and a woman.
Okay.
There, it is self-cleaned or it's self-cleaning.
Okay.
There. Is there any other words that you are not familiar with?
Mm, no.
Are you sure?
Oh wait. Brittle. The third. Um, the last. The one, two. The the fifth and the fifth sentence. Muscle and to prevent them from becoming brittle and the risk of fracture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brittle. Is that what you mean? Brittle? The one that you are not understanding or you do not know the meaning of?
I don't really understand. I don't know the meaning.
Of brittle. Is it just the brittle word or everything?
Just a brittle word.
So the brittle means weakened. It's like
Okay.
do you know a peanut brittle?
No.
Okay. Brittle is something like of a weak, easy to be broken.
Okay.
A little bit soft, or should I say hard, but easily broken.
Okay.
And one thing, or this word is being used mostly in the word bones.
Oh. Okay. I understand.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, for example, you do not have enough calcium in your bones, it will be brittle. It will be easily broken, even though bones are hard, it can be easily broken. I believe that you have seen this very famous basketball player who has wrecked his bone during the playoffs. I'm not so sure if you got that news,
Oh.
but he is very popular. He's an NBA player. When he is about to, he actually dunked the ball in the ring, and then when he drops or when he goes down, the bones on his leg becomes brittle and it broke. It really broke. That the bones was seen outside. I will also give you the link later on. It's pretty gross. Pretty gross, but that is how I can further explain what brittle means.
Okay.
I mean, for you to be more aware of that thing so that you can avoid doing that in the future.
Okay.
So there. Actually, proper postures or improper postures can make your bones weaker. For example, you will be jumping too high.
Okay.
And if you fall in a standing position, that may actually cause your bones to be brittle. Why? Because all the weights from your body will be on your legs. And if the legs uh, cannot continue carrying your whole body, it may be weak. All of a
Oh.
sudden, it might get weak.
Okay.
So there. Is there any other words?
No.
Okay. So here, let us see your first answer. A senior pilot tells his manager that he wants to take a rest and play with kids. Okay. Are you sure of that? Of that answer?
Maybe.
If you are not sure, I want you to be confident because you cannot say in your TOEFL exam that you are not sure of your answers.
Okay.
So if you need to scan it one more time, do so. I am seeing a
No.
different I am seeing a different thought on the first one.
Uh. Okay. I give up the first one.
It's okay. So, for the first one, it says here that whenever he's doing traveling, which is urgent or out of his schedule, he will tell then the manager to do an orphanage. I mean, visit some orphanage and enjoy having time with kids in the orphanage.
Okay. So you means the first passage is talking about some guys. Before his trip, he will go to the orphanage to
Not
play with.
really, not really before, but during their trips, they want, for example, they will be having a trip in New Zealand. If there is an orphanage there, they wanted to go there and spend time with the kids.
Okay. So just spend a couple of time with the kid, right?
Yes, that is actually their plan.
Okay.
They wanted to talk to their managers about this one. That, for example, you're my manager. This situation goes like this. I am your manager. You are my manager, and I will tell you, hey manager, if you want me to do a travel which is out of my schedule, or it is all of a sudden or urgent, I want you to please take me to an orphanage in every country or every place that we will be going to, because I want to spend time with kids there.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Very good. Next, number two, you said a technology will offer a solution about environment problem. It will be much better if you will say environmental problems.
Okay.
Environmental. Okay?
Okay.
Next, getting vitamin D from supplements are not good for humans. Very good. That's it. You are now starting to learn how to do it right. And I really, really appreciate it. So now we still have like what, 3 more minutes. Let us do some scanning with the writing skill. Okay.
Okay.
So sorry about that. It consumed our time. Ah, I guess. Oh, hold on. Here. Oh, there. This is for the English accent training so that you will be, more familiarized on how to be a native speaker. Next, the vowel sounds, words, and some of the examples so that you will be more familiar with it. Okay?
Okay. I have a question.
Sure.
Which videos do you recommend for me?
All of it. Especially
All
if
of.
you, yeah, especially if you wanted to know more of what you can do on your accents. Because of course, I know that you are not just looking forward to go to America, but if you wanted to, if you wanted to work outside countries like London, Europe, then you can do the British pronunciation, British accents. So that whenever we are also listening to some audios in our listening lessons, you will be familiar with what are they saying. Because sometimes in our audios there are Indian speakers, British speakers, American speakers, and I do not want you to be confused about it.
Okay.
This is just to familiarize your pronunciation skills, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Or your knowledge in their accents,
Okay.
okay? Also, I sent you some words regarding this, what do you call this, vowel sounds, so that you will have an idea on the words that you should pronounce correctly,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So do you have further questions before I let you go?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right then. Well, thank you so much for, spending 2 hours of your time doing this lesson today, and I hope that you have learned something today.
Okay. Yeah, I learned a lot.
That's great to hear. Well, thank you so much, Ning, and I will see you again tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Enjoy the last day of the vacation.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.